Yes. Okay. I'm having a class right before this session, so I was at the South Spine. Yeah, having my accounting lesson. In accountancy. Yes. Year two, sem two. Uh, yes, it is my first choice because when I was in poly, I was doing business admin, so it's quite a general course. So from there, I start to realize like what I actually like because I tend to get to try different areas of business. So after trying, I realized that if financial accounting is something I like because it is very um clear. Like once you get it, you get it. No, unlike the rest of the module, like um a bit fluff I feel. So I was like, is this correct or is this wrong? Very subjective. So I thought that accounting is what I want. So when I was here in uni year one, I realized that it's a bit different from what I expected. So yeah. How is it different? What I learned is way too in depth already. Too much calculation and yeah, that's all. That, even though I have lots of complaint about this, but I still love it lah. Like I can see myself doing it after I graduate because after I graduate I plan to continue in this industry and also continue to see how I can improve myself in that area, like see what I'm lacking in, like the skills or what I'm lacking, so I can continue to upgrade myself even after I graduate. Uh, I don't really have a club that I join, but I tend to take up like classes outside. Like previously during my summer break, before that before this sem, I was actually doing my internship. I took an LOA. So while I was working from 9 to 6, like during the weekend and after work, I tend to have a lot extra time because unlike school, we don't have to like bring work back home to do or what. So I have more time. So that's the time where I start to like learn more about other things like uh insurance. I go for classes like to see like how come there's so many people so interested in this industry. So I go for their classes, which is like you don't have to pay for anything, but you just go for the lesson to have a feel to understand more about what people are actually talking about. So that's what I tend to spend during my leisure time. At the start, because it is 6 month internship, it is my first time working for so long. So at the start, I still feel very I enjoy and like because TGIF is really TGIF. Yeah, then weekend you really like rest. But starting really after 3 months, right, you start to feel a bit 9 to 6 is like too long already. Even if you got nothing because during working hours, right, you tend to have like sometimes it's off peak hour, so you have like more time for yourself, but you still have to stuck in that office. You have none, like you cannot go anywhere, you cannot keep visiting the pantry or the toilet, so you still just have to sit there. Then you realize that when you knock off that time, it's already like the sun already set, so you really miss the sun. Like because in the morning like 8 plus I will reach office, then I think I will go out around 12 plus, so that's the only time you will get to feel the sun. Yes, yes, otherwise you are like trapped in that office, like yeah. Yes, yes, yes. So right now it's like even though you have lots of time, like because I arranged my timetable in a way that I only attend class in the morning. I prefer morning class. So after 12 plus, I have my time, my own time. But you have to allocate time to your revision and all those catching up with the assignment, all those. Okay, like for the class because like for one module I only attend like they make it in a way like we only attend class for 3 hours in a week. Yeah. So lesser time, lesser class seminar, but more readings ah. You have more time, yeah. To do reading, you have own revision. Sorry? No, I take like forensic science. Uh interesting. I don't think it is interesting because you tend to learn way more than what you can absorb. So at the end of the class, you feel that oh, you are overwhelmed by all the information. But what I find it interesting is after finals, then yeah, you start to recall back what you learned. Then okay, still quite fun. Like, but during that um semester itself, you have lots of things to cope, so you don't really feel like yeah. Yeah. Volunteer stuff. I volunteered in CDAC. Some CDAC. This place where we tend to help like uh teaching the primary school, the less fortunate primary school student, like in tutoring them in their work or what. So there's once we actually have this. You know, every year we have this at the start of the year we have this seminar prepared for secondary poly student parent and themselves the student themselves. So what this seminar is about is that to prepare them on what poly life is about because from secondary school to poly is a bit different. So we tend to like share with them what they will expect from this education and you know yeah, to prepare themselves. So I get the opportunity to be the MC for that seminar. Yeah, so I think that is a very uh memorable experience for me. To to mm, on and off, on and off. Yeah, travel anywhere. I like Thailand. Yeah, it's within my budget, but at the same time still can travel out of Singapore. Yes, 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 yes. I think it's the people. Like you can feel like when you are shopping, the shopping is not the main thing. It's that how you interact with the seller. Like they are always so excited about something. I don't know. Like you can feel that the level of energy they have is like very high. Then I'm like, are they always like that? Because in Singapore, you tend to see like people are more focusing on their cell phone or they just follow you around. But they are a bit. They don't look that excited or passionate about your arrival or anything. They just, oh, you are here, okay, then anything. But in Thailand, they will tend to, I think it's the way they speak or what, their tone is very high. So you feel that their energy level is so high. Then you can feel their excitement also. Ah, yes, that's what I'm thinking. Like, in year three, I need to clear like two more UE. So I'm thinking of either Thai or Korean language. These two. Wow! So you clear what the level one for both. Which one you think is manageable? Like, uh, the wordings, right? How you learn? Like you memorize or you just yeah. Oh. Mm. Mm. Oh, just like over like all the words just keep throwing at you. I see. Mm. Okay. So you think after level one of two, both the language Korean and Thai, right? Can you like apply it in like in real life? Like you can you speak like proper like okay bit and pieces here and there? Like when people speak to you, can you like understand a bit? Oh, I mm. So you plan to continue which one? Like you prefer which one? Like if you were to take level two Korea. Wow. Uh, uh, easier to read. I see. I see. So from what you explained, right, I look forward to that class really. Like next time I'm taking that. Mm. Mm. Yes. Places I want to work. Not much on that, but places I want to visit. Any place like beside the city area. I'm more towards like sightseeing. I prefer sightseeing and those rural area. Away from city. Hmm? Mm. Mm. Either Korea, Japan, or Taiwan. These three. Yes, yes. I feel I'm not sure. I think because Europe, all these places like a bit distant. Like, um I don't feel a bit like I can't relate to them. I feel yeah. But for Asia wise, I think our culture and the food we eat and all those, I'm not sure. I think I can relate better. Yeah. Mm. Oh, another thing is, I prefer using chopstick. Yeah, I need chopstick in like every meal or what. Like even if I'm eating rice, then they're like, "Eh, how come you don't want to use like fork and spoon?" I'm like, "Oh, chopsticks is good." Yes. Mm. Yeah. It depends, and like for me, like if I'm on my own, I'm okay with anything. But I tend to follow the majority. Like depends on what people want to eat, then I just okay. I don't have a preference or what. Yeah. No. Yeah. Poly, I think poly for my course, right, is different from. I didn't know this difference until I graduate from poly. So this is what happened. During poly, for my course, I'm doing business admin. So we focus a lot on like those marketing, soft skills, presentation. As compared to banking, finance, and accounting course, they are more um, book related. Like no, they emphasize heavily on finals, like their paper, but for us it's like our a huge percentage is focused on our presentation. So our lecturer will keep telling us like, the slides must be like a lot of animation, as dramatic as possible. Our presentation is like we need to perform in class one to entertain, like there's entertainment marks, yeah, component in that presentation. So I thought that school is poly is like that. Yeah, so that's why I keep saying that when I entered uni, the difference is like, oh, so different until I spoke to like my accounting and banking finance peers. Then they're like, actually this is something what we do in poly also, but not that difficult. But yeah, we also did like a lot of practice, like all the things. So yeah. I prefer working. Just that experience is like, yeah, totally different. But the thing about that, what makes me decide to go on to financing to accounting now is also because I feel that after that 3 years in poly, I didn't really learn much. At that time I remember year three, before we like decided where we want to go, like either work or continue applying for uni. So we were sitting down in a group, then we were like, okay, so what we actually learned from this whole poly education, then we were like, don't know, I think do nice presentation. So we don't have like really a very confident answer like, oh, our stats is okay, we learn statistics, so okay, we can use that, or Excel is very good. No, that skills part a bit, have no idea what to put there also. So this is what makes me like think that I need to go on to something that is more specialized, so that I know that after I graduate, I know, okay, this is, yeah. That time I was like 16, 17, so I know I want to do into this in the like this the more general course. You don't have to make decision on like where to go or what I want to do, so we can get to try different stuff. Yeah, I didn't want to make a choice then, but if now I were to go back to that time or advise another person at my age, I think it's good to think through it, because at the end, you unless you really know that, oh, you like marketing, you like all this to learn all these skills, then you feel that it's very subjective. Some people feel it's good because it forces you to be more uh there's a lot of presentation for my course, so we tend to work with different groups, so we are very used to like working with different people. For every sem and every mod, we work with different people, so even if changing environment or what, it doesn't really affect us, we can like adapt easily. So I think this is one of the takeaway from my course. Other than that, I think yes, yes. Okay.